Hey, welcome to the episode. Just heading down to deer camp for the final weekend of deer hunting. Gonna take a quick stop here in Deer River at the Super One, pick up some buns that I forgot from home, and make our way back down to deer camp. Looking forward to it. Final weekend. I made it. All right, let's get this thing fired up. First click. Yeah, we'll just let it run for a minute or so here. It's probably too early to turn the heat on in the camper yet. It heats up really quick in here. That's low on the heater. I'm not sure we've ever run the heater on low overnight. That's more heat than we need. I'm going to get the four-wheeler unloaded, get the truck put away, and then I'll be right back with you. We're going to go for a little ride here, I think, after that. So this is Thursday afternoon, and the problem is I'm the only one out here, and while I have a hunting license, we use my tag when we tag Jamie's buck on the first weekend. So I don't have a tag, so I'm not really legal to hunt. So instead I'm going to take some stuff out to the deer stand, and I brought along my vacuum cleaner. I'm going to vacuum clean the carpet in the deer stand. That's kind of a first for me. And then we're just going to do some exploring right around the four-wheeler a little bit. We'll drive some of the trails that we hunt in. All right, like I said, I've never done this before, but I had the vacuum. I figured I might as well give her a shot. So we'll see how it works out. I think it's time to start the fire up. Haul some wood over here and get her going. Tonight for dinner, we're gonna have chicken chopped cheese. It's just me eating out here tonight. So chicken chopped cheese is a hoagie, some ground chicken cooked up with some onion and some sauce. So let me show you how I do it. All right, we're gonna start by dicing up an onion. One onion's probably really too much. I enjoy onions, so I'm going to put it all in there. But if you're making this, you probably don't want to use a whole onion. Alright, we're going to start by cooking down the onion. And we'll put just a squirt of oil in there. Don't really want it to burn to the grill. We'll cook those onions down for just a little bit, and then we're going to throw, I don't think I mentioned it, we're going to throw some bacon on as well. Alright, now we're going to throw the bacon down. Got probably about 2 pieces of bacon here. I cut it up at home just into some little bite-sized pieces. And we'll cook that up with the onions for a little bit, and then in just a little bit here we'll throw the chicken on. I had the grill on high, but I think I'm going to turn it down here just a little bit. It's going a little faster than I wanted to. We just want to take our time, cook those onions down, and cook that bacon down some. Alright. How are we doing here? Oh, that's good. Let's slide this all off to the side here. And then we're going to throw our chicken down. So I've got ground chicken, about 1/3 of a pound or so. Comes in a 1 pound package. I just packaged it up before I left home. And we're just going to kind of chop that up a little bit and get that cooked down. For the sauce, we're supposed to use some relish and ketchup and mustard and ranch. Now, we don't have relish, so we're going to kind of make our own. So I just got some pickle chips here. I'm just going to dice them up a little bit, chop them up as fine as I can. And then we'll pour some pickle juice in there as well. And that'll be just like relish. The sauce is 2 parts relish, 2 parts ketchup, 2 parts ranch, and 1 part mustard. So we'll start by dumping in our homemade relish here. Good enough. And we'll dump a little bit of pickle juice in there as well. And then some ketchup. Some ranch. And then we're going to get the mustard here. And we'll give this a little stir and see what we got. Natalie calls this the orange sauce. And that's about the right color. And in my opinion, this is the sauce that makes the sandwich. So looks good. We'll set that aside. That ground chicken is looking done. We're going to mix it all together. Like I said, I probably have more onion than most people want, but you make it how you want it. And then a chicken chopped cheese wouldn't be chicken chopped cheese without the cheese. So we'll throw the cheese in there and mix that around, and we're pretty much just gonna let the cheese melt, and then we're ready to serve it up on the hoagies. I'm gonna throw the hoagie buns probably on the grill here for just a minute as well. Just let them warm up a little bit. It's pretty cool out here. Okay. This is looking right about where we want it. We're gonna shut the heat off here. And we are ready to eat. Normally one of these sandwiches is plenty for me, but I ended up with enough ingredients for two, probably because I cooked up a whole onion, but that's okay. So we'll add some of the sauce on it. A lot of times I'll put lettuce on it as well, some shredded lettuce, just to add a little bit of color to it and a little bit of filler. All right, looks good. Pretty good dinner. I'm just gonna sit, relax, take in the fire for a little while. I'll see you tomorrow. Friday morning last weekend. Just getting ready to head out to the stand now and see what we can see. Another frosty morning. Temperature has been about the same the whole 3 weekends. Maybe a little bit cooler the first weekend, but about 25 degrees probably outside, some frost on things. So a nice day to be out in the woods. No rain. It's about 9:15. I think I'm gonna walk over the ground blind and sit there for a while. It's been a pretty quiet morning here. Probably take the heater with today. It's a little cool outside still, so got a propane tank and stuff over there, so it's not too bad to carry just the heater. Let's go for a hike. The deer often don't wander just aimlessly through the woods. A lot of times they'll take some pretty established trails. This here is one of them. And this goes right through some of my lanes here. And it comes down and goes up through there. And it's kind of funny because that trail there has been in use for a lot of years now. They just keep using the same trail year after year after year. That trail comes out right here. Harder to see right here, but it comes out right here and then goes right up the trail we're walking now. We got one trail camera right here, trying to watch what's walking up that trail. And then it continues right up through there. And that trail comes right through here. That's not to say that they all stick to the trail, or any trail, but they certainly do wander as well. But you're way more likely to see them on the trail, or on the various trails they have. Alright, it's about 9:45. Time to shut the heat off and head over for lunch. It's been nice sitting here, real quiet, and soaking up some of the sun coming through the window as well, along with the heater on. Been a pretty nice morning. Just heading back from lunch with Jamie. A good lunch. I forgot my pan to put my soup in though, so had to heat up the soup can right on the burner, which is never really works out all that well. But kind of talking about our plans for this afternoon. I think I might get down this afternoon and ride the four-wheeler over and sit in a different stand, a little bit closer to camp, and end the day over there. Try out a little different area. We'll see. We'll see how it goes sitting there today for a little while. I haven't seen anything yet today. Not really too worried about it though. I don't know if I talked about it before, but it doesn't matter to me if I get a deer or not. I just enjoy being out in the woods. I've seen, 6-7 deer this year, so just seeing them is good. One of the people in the party got a deer that we're splitting, so bring home a little bit of venison at the end of the season. That's good. Having a deer of my own, shooting a deer of my own is certainly a positive, but it's not a requirement. But it would be nice. We're going to do something a little bit different today. It's about 3 o'clock. So for the last hour and a half or hour and 3/4, we're going to go sit in a different stand that's vacant. It's got some nice shooting lanes carved in. And an area where I've seen deer in the last year or two as well. And in fact, last year I believe I took a buck from there. So we'll check out a different spot and a little different views and see if we don't see some deer moving around. These trees all came down in the last couple of weeks. Well, I ended up getting down from there. I'd have a hard time shooting about 3 of those shooting lanes. I'm right-handed and they were all over my right shoulder, so. And standing up there without the railings, I used to be really good with heights, but now not so much, so. It would have been difficult if I saw deer in a lot of those shooting lanes there, so. I'm going to go to a different stand. It's got some railings and a chair. The other problem is that one doesn't have a chair, so. Take a little short walk here and try a different spot. We're up in the gazebo now. This is an older stand we don't use. Pretty close to the new stand I was just in. You can see that stand over there. This one's got some pretty great views too. Well, I think that's about it for today. I'm just going to take in about the last half hour or so of light and keep an eye out. Just enjoy the evening. Then we'll head back to camp and spend some time around the fire and try and scrunch up some supper. Really simple dinner tonight. Got a piece of salmon, skin on salmon, and we're just going to put it in the tin foil. Got some lemon pepper. Put it on pretty generously here. And then some onion that I just sliced up. And don't really need the whole onion, but like that. And then we'll wrap it up and throw it on the Blackstone and just cook it on the grill. Got it wrapped up into a nice packet and just throw that on the grill. And there it is. We'll cook up the extra onion and have a little snack. smells good.
Yeah, it does.
Oh yeah. See, you can never have enough onion. Nice looking salmon with some onion tonight. Should be tasty. Good morning. Saturday of the last weekend. This will be the last full day of hunting. So just getting ready to go here and head out to the stand. About 9 o'clock in the morning now on Saturday morning. I'm gonna get down, I think, and hike over to the gazebo. This is where we finished up last night, and we'll go sit there for a couple hours till it's lunchtime, and then have some lunch after that, and then probably head back to here for a little bit. But pretty quiet morning again. Not really seeing anything. Just saw a pileated woodpecker down one of the lanes here, but other than that, not much movement. This stool here is just a little bit too tall, but it still works. Gives me somewhere to sit that's better than standing or sitting on a pail or something like that. So. Alright, it's time to head down, head over to lunch. Then after lunch, I think I'm going to go back to my stand for a little while and probably end the day at the ground blind. We'll probably take the ground blind down today since it's the Saturday of the last weekend. And so we'll pack the ground blind out, and then Sunday I just got to pack the stuff out of my stand. So that's the plan for the afternoon. Hopefully we see something, hopefully we get something, and it screws up the plan. Looking forward to that. A little bit of precipitation coming down. You can just hear it a little bit in the grass out in the field there. I'm not sure if I've ever showed you where we have lunch, but just have lunch at Old Stand. We built a little table here. It's just a spot in the woods where we gather. Cook some soup or something on a propane burner. Today's soup, savory chicken with wild rice. And a pudding for dessert. So, yeah, this is just a chance to get out of the stand for a little bit, stretch the legs, chit-chat a little bit about what we've seen or not seen or any activities, and then maybe talk about the rest of the plans for the afternoon. What our plans are and where we're going and stuff like that. be here for a little bit and then head back to the stand. Chatted with Jamie a little bit at lunch. Came up with a plan for the afternoon. He's gonna get down this afternoon and do a little bit of walking around, see if we can't push some deer around if they're in the area. We're gonna get down and drive the wheeler over to the ground blind and finish our day there, and then he'll come walking through, seeing if we can push stuff around, maybe closer to 3 there. And then once we get to the end of the night, we'll tear down the ground blind and take it back out to camp. That'll make it a little bit easier to come out on Sunday at lunchtime. Well, with a little bit less gear to bring out. Less driving around during the day on Sunday. So that's the plan. But again, hopefully we shoot something here yet in the next few hours and changes the plan. That's always fun. Well, the sun has really decided to come out. I'm going to pack up just a couple things and head over to the ground blind, spend the evening there, and then after dark we'll tear it down and pack it out. No deer. Well, before I leave the stand here tonight, I'm just going to run down it and check the cameras out. I am just amazed. We have basically a day and a half left of hunting and no snow on the ground. And no pictures on the first one. We'll check out the second one real quick. I did just flush out a grouse there. And a window on that camera. About 9:15 last night. But nothing else, but it shows that the deer are still around, so I'm good with that. Geez, just a few minutes ago when we left the stand, it was all bright and sunny. Now it's starting to feel like rain. It's on again, off again. You never know what it's going to do. About 20 after 4, Saturday night. So it'll be my last night of hunting. We're about a half hour from being done here. And then we'll break the ground blind down and head back to camp. So, very quiet and peaceful out here. The wind has pretty much stopped. First thing I think we'll do is unload the gun. Then I'm just going to set it up here up the trail a little bit where it's out of the way, so we don't knock it over. And we'll shut the propane tank off, pull that out. I only used that heat a couple of times, but sure is nice to have it when you use it. Chair out. And that should be everything out of the inside. I can probably do this in one trip, but 2 trips is going to be way easier. 4-wheeler is only about 500 feet up the trail, so I'm just going to run up there with 1 trip and then I'll come back for you. Don't go anywhere. Oh good, you're still here. Hopefully you didn't see anything while I was gone. I should have brought you with the first time though. It's a pretty nice sunset. Let's go look at it. It's nice just to take in the last light of the day. While you were enjoying the end of the light, I got the 4-wheeler all loaded up, so we're ready to head back to camp. Tonight on the menu is steak. We got some potatoes and onions, and I think we're going to throw a little bit of bacon into the potatoes and onions as well. So should be a good final night dinner. Looking forward to that. Hey, good morning. Sunday morning, last day of deer hunting for the year. Hopefully we see something. Let's go. I decided for the last day of hunting, might as well hunt in style. So, put the Crocs on, and Crocs with the wool socks. I'm having no problems keeping the feet warm in front of the heater. It's actually pretty warm in here. Every now and then I'll shut the heater off for a little while just to let it cool down some. But just wearing a sweatshirt and Crocs and enjoying being out in the nature. Well, that's pretty much a wrap for this hunting season. I'm going to get down here and load up some of my gear in the four-wheeler, and we'll pull out one of the trailer cameras, and then the other one I'm going to load up with new batteries and set it up for the year, and then we'll come out here sometime next spring, next summer, and check on it and see what's on it. So I sure appreciate you sticking around to the end of the video, and I'd sure love it if you like and subscribe, and it does help me out. So thanks for sticking around, and I'll catch you in the next video.